Kia ora, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Dr. Wendy Coford, tuamaki, ti tu tahi kura, Newmarket Primary School. We have a delightful school here and we thought we would share it with you. The main features of the building are that they can be used flexibly, that they can move and they can change and they can develop for the future needs of our learners. So for that reason we've developed a range of, I suppose, facilities that can be used for multiple purposes. So we have, for example, soundproof area that's great for our musical groups, our orchestras, our bands, but it's also great for filming or for the kids when they're doing their digital projects. Other areas of the school are very useful. For example, when we do education outside the classroom, we want children and parents to be able to move freely outside and onto the field. We don't want the building to have any barriers to circulation or movement, and we've planned quite carefully to ensure that tables, that furniture, that all aspects of the building can be moved really easily around the building. So if we've got children camping on the field, for example, we know that they can prepare meals, they can take tables outside, or if they're having market days, they can also easily use the outside and the inside harmoniously together. The outside environment is just as important as the inside spaces to us. The layout of the space was decided with staff, and we looked at how the building might be used, and we looked at circulation in the building. Then we trialled aspects of the use of the building. So it was really important that we didn't go in with preconceived ideas about a space being used this way. We've set up stop motion cameras, for example, to see how spaces are used and which spaces are being used really successfully. One thing that has been very noticeable is the really positive feedback on this building from our learners and also from our parents. Initially there were, you read about concerns about more open, more flexible buildings as being big, noisy places. Well, in fact, I sometimes get worried that it's overly quiet. Our students are really engaged in their learning. They're very respectful of the use of space and working with others, just as adults are when they're working in offices or more flexible learning spaces. We've had parents come in and look at their children's learning, and we share the sorts of work that we're doing in this building with our community. We've had great interest from the wider community, and our doors have been open for probably for the last 2 years since we've been in this building to talk about our stories and the narrative of the build. Like, for example, Newmarket School is a very old school, so we wanted to bring in features that were important to us, to bring in our values, to bring in our principles into the design of the building. So we have a sort of a narrative around the use of the building that incorporates all that we hold dear at Newmarket School. It's also given us the opportunity to highlight aspects that maybe didn't have a stronger voice previously. So for example, we have a putakawa tree that was included in our school image, if you like, and now we've been able to bring in the cabbage tree, titai tutahi, because that's an important cultural icon of this area, and we worked with local iwi to help us understand the importance of, for example, the cabbage tree for this specific location. So using our local community to build our knowledge of important features of this area has helped us with the design and aspects of the building as well.
My favourite space is the hall because there was lots of space for activities like kapahaka, art and assemblies and sports. I have used the drama room for kapahaka, I've used the awning for playing lots of games like handball.
My favourite part in the new building is the Kids Cafe, because it's a place where kids can express their baking passion and use our great equipment. I also like the green screen room, and that's where we can film fun videos and show them at our school assembly.
I use the hall for singing, and I watch the movie in there, and I do sport with Mr. Vanderhoover.
And I've also used the kitchen for science experiments. It feels much more safe. There's a lot more places to do stuff.
I like it because it's very open and it's nice and it's got lots of fun colours. It's a safe environment and I feel very safe. I think my teachers are very nice and they look after us children very well.
I think for us it is around children being able to work comfortably, collaboratively, in a space that provides that for them to work in. So we're moving away from the tables and chairs, which have been our traditional types of spaces, but allowing them to work in a range of ways. So whether it be at a table with a group of people, whether it be on the floor, whether it be in a corner, whether it be in a beanbag, or in a breakout space. It's about providing a range of opportunities depending on what the activity or task or learning is leading to. I think we're really fortunate here that we do have a range of spaces to choose from our hall, which has been obviously used for gatherings but for sports, to our technology room for baking, cooking, for creating, and then our green room and music room where we are able to video, to play instruments for singing, but also where we've been able to, I think the space or the rooms that we have is a multi, so they're not just for one thing. Classrooms or spaces or teachers can feel like they can go anywhere, that it doesn't have to stick to one particular place. So the art room could be used as a learning space or for children to work in as well as the space that they're in. So it's overlapping a range of things.
Okay, Newmarket School is an old school. It's been here for well over 100 years. The new building has been quite interesting for learning for the children. It's quite different. It's quite different from what a traditional school would look like. It's much more open, much more accessible for its different sections, and it's got many hidden gems within it. Newmarket School is a green gold environment school. We've been on the environment journey for approximately 10 years now, and we've also a gold endorsed school for TravelWise, and that has also been an ongoing journey for us. Our location is we're an inner city school surrounded by the motorway, surrounded by high arterial routes, and so we could be subject to pollution and lack of green space, but as a tiny oasis in the middle of the city, we've worked hard at developing spaces for the children, green spaces that they can enjoy, supported children in their learning about the impact of our footprint on the environment.